Audience, would you please stand up and clap for our winners? For outstanding kindness and bravery, the Lightners have won the grand prize! Knight want to distract the Lightners as long as possible and encase Toil. It's very, interesting to give her crown and her throne. Here you go! She's all yours, folks! How wonderful! The family's all together again! Now, you can all finally... Tina? Who the hell are you? If you don't tell us who you are, then... Like hell we're letting you take her. Chris, Ralsei, come on! Bat? Speaking of things I didn't expect to advance in chapter 3 out of 7, what the hell? Hold breath. Check. So yeah, I mean the bat evokes the song, December's song, and it also evokes the batter from Off as a bit of an homage and one of many assumed inspirations for Undertale. Certainly an inspiration for One Shot. I'm trying to see if that melody's recognizable. Let's get our actions anyway. Couldn't analyze the... But Chris couldn't learn anything. Yeah. Susie, talk to the knight. I don't know what the hell you are, but leave Toriel alone. You hear me? Fine. You don't want to listen? Then we'll just have to do things the hard way. Susie will not act anymore. Ralsei, try talking. Please, please, don't do this. If the roaring happens, then please stop. But nothing happened. Yeah, oh good. You felt something hovering close behind your head. Hold breath. Yeah, now it just has magic. Yeah. We'll try another Ralsei just because. Chris held their breath. Their heartbeat quickened. The soul now moves faster. It's an interesting bit of symbiosis. Please, stop. 35, wow. We got the diagonals. Oh, good God. Okay, well. Gonna be one of those fights. I mean, not too surprising, perhaps, but negative 999 on RL, say, huh? We might as well pretend we can do something. There you go, have a revival. What's hitting me at the bottom? I'm not sure. No, you can't. You can't take her. There we go. Oh, been a good minute since I voiced Undyne. Never did it particular justice, but did it enthusiastically, so Undyne would be proud. Hey, you! Stop! Please! What the hell is going on here? You've got some explaining to do, punk! Hey! What are you doing? Put me down! Hey! Hey! Where the hell are you going? She's sleeping peacefully. Chris, I'll be fine. You do whatever you need to. Okay, whatever I need to, it does not involve going backwards. Fair enough. Are we gonna just go ahead and seal a fountain? That makes the most sense, but what if I run over this way? Okay, and we've got our character creator ocean picture behind us here in the darkness. Can't see anything. Chris, there's some kind of door here. We left without closing the fountain. What would have happened if I tried to? I guess it maybe just doesn't do anything? Which feels a little weird, maybe, but... We're in the light world? Wait, Chris, I still see someone. They're down there. Down here, past the church. Hey, open up! Undyne! Officer Undyne, say something! Hey, this is just a joke, right? You're about to come out of there, right? What the? What the hell is this? Some sort of electronic lock? Chris, what the hell is going on? Why did they take Undyne in here? And why were they trying to take Toriel? What the hell are they doing, Chris? Like, if the cops... It's no good. The door's solid steel. This weird panel. If we could just get someone to tell us how it works. But we can't, right? We can't tell anyone about this, right? Because you saw that smoke, right, Chris? There's gotta be a dark world in there. If anybody else went in there, they'd... Toriel, she's still in the... Damn it. I hate to give up here, Chris, but... Let's just go seal that fountain. I did not move that, by the way. On the shelter was a strange panel. It looked like a digital security lock. There were 3 entry fields and 3 symbols besides them. One had a pine tree beside it. Pine tree. One had an officer's badge beside it. It's lit up. Third is heart-shaped locket. And one, yeah, Deltarune was my second guess, had the Deltarune. Okay, then. There's so many cool people that have worked on this. We aren't gonna go talk to the townsfolk then, I guess. Okay. Don't split the party. Yeah. Phew. So but I want to talk to Sham. Really, really would like to have a little chat with Sham right about now. Yeah, I mean, it's a shorter chapter, but not that much shorter for me at least. But yeah, cutting off the voicing the entire town again is well, yeah, I mean that isn't, it's not too surprising because like it did feel like it made sense for chapter 4 to still be tomorrow, and chapter 3 is the night rather than each one being its own day. The main like pushback I had against that was just the timeline of when Azrael is back from college. It seemed like that was going to line up perfectly with chapter 7, but I mean it can anyway, right? Like one can still take 2 days, or there can be kind of a skip day, or Azrael can come home early, or any number of things like that, right? Like presumably Azrael coming home from college is still kind of tied to our ending bit there a bit, but interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I guess there's not that much more I can do, but I can at least beat up Tina now, I guess, and see if I can seal the fountain instead of chase after Susie. Um, Try to survive longer against the Roaring Knight. It's probably a good thing, Drake. Yeah, like it's really hard to cut sections, but even as much as I love Undertale, like it's still like a little bit of like Hotland and like kind of Waterfall kind of felt like it dragged a bit and stuff. Like it's really hard to cut content that's like in its on its own is good content, but just as part of the cohesive whole can drag the experience down a little bit. Okay, let's. Once upon a time, a legend was whispered among shadows. It was a legend of hopes. It was a legend of dreams. It was a legend of light and dark. This is the legend of Deltarune. For millennia, light and dark have lived in balance, bringing peace to the world. But if this harmony were to shatter, a terrible calamity would occur. The sky will run black with terror, and the land will crack with fear. Then, her heart pounding, the earth will draw her final breath. Only then, shining with hope, 3 heroes appear at Plural World's edge. A human, a monster, and a prince from the dark. Only they can seal the fountains and banish the angels' heaven. Only then will balance be restored and the world saved from destruction. Today, the Fountain of Darkness. So it's like I was wondering if like this part would change at all, but the geyser that gives this land form stands tall at the center of the kingdom. Yeah, another fountain has appeared on the horizon. The balance of light and dark begins to shift. Don't have it memorized. Well, like, I've seen it several times at this point. Alright. Did I want to... Here. With the mannequin, pin a tie. Make sure Tina doesn't comment on us wearing the tin tie. We can cut through this relatively quickly, at least. There's still time for camera pans and stuff. Oh, I can't skip the main cutscene, though. Oh, I can. Okay, mostly. Yeah, Des disappeared first. Then... Mayor Holiday. Yeah. So, and we didn't get a Shadow Crystal. Like, we didn't actually fully defeat the entity that had the Shadow Mantle. We just procured the Shadow Mantle. So we got no Shadow Crystal for the chapter. $320. Yeah, okay, so it's not the Shadow Mantle. It's because the bonds we break make us stronger, I think. Possibly just for the chapter. Hear that whine? That's your CRT asking for a walk. We didn't get that text last time. Cowabungadero! That's the smooth taste of TV time. It's still only 300. How do I do that? Need to talk to the Pippins that told me that again, I guess. I don't know. How do we do extra damage with Root Buster? Is it just like really early and I'm thinking it's medium or late? It's pretty early, still nothing. Oh, if you get crits, it raises your TP a little bit too. I don't think I knew that. Or if I did, I forgot. That seems more likely. So it just immediately jumps to this, I guess? Because we don't have like nearly as much score as we did last time. Like, what if I stall on this? Like, is it just still like a score-based thing? I mean, it's... I don't think there's any other way at this point. So I think it looks like it's probably about the same then, huh? I can't reach that star. How rude. I see anything? There were Spamton faces. Yeah, Spamton faces in the bottom right. There's the opening cutscene. There's the game over screen. See a few other interesting bits there. Yeah, I'm not sure if violence is faster given, like, if we were going forward actively, the axe to encourage the minigames would get points a lot faster too, but there's definitely several cases where violence can be faster, like against Queen, I believe using violence to take down her acid shields is faster. But yeah, it looks like it just ends up the same. And also, like, violence isn't as fast if we didn't break any bonds. But, yeah, that's interesting, because that's like your side challenge boss, the way to get to it. But, yeah, this is all the same. So there's probably nothing else to really look at here, but we'll see if I can seal and see how fast I die this time, I guess. The damage isn't fixed. It did 6,000 last time, right? What happens if you win this fight? I mean, I'm also curious about that. The default assumption is like, even if you never die, you maybe can't do damage. Like the HP is just a bunch of question marks, but certainly you're not expected to be able to do anything. And I don't think I mentioned, but very lava sounding thing there. The kind of holes on the hand are kind of interesting too, possibly given a little bit of some ghastly vibes. Oh, we should, if we wanted to actually try, we should have healed up at the end of the Tina fight, I guess, huh? I don't think we're that concerned, but I don't know if moving faster matters that much, but we could do it. Oh, I wanted to see if Chris does more damage to the knight. Actually, I did want to see that. I was a little curious. Alright, spin kick me. Might as well. 14. Less damage, actually. Less damage. That's interesting. That's interesting. Is that relevant? Because like Susie did like 35 or something, right? You'd still expect Chris to do like 25 or something naturally. Yeah, 35 and 14 when they both hit at the same spot. These like 180 damage hits. We had 2 people live through it this time. Suddenly the north wind blew fiercely. There's probably some weird stuff going on with this song if you do some, I don't know, play it backwards or listen to the background noise a little bit. There's surely something spicy going on there. The health is going down. You can see that little sliver of red. And Chris is doing less damage. Like, I think that, yeah, Chris was even less than Relsa, right? So, like, the bonds we break make us weaker against the Roaring Knight is kind of the implication I'm thinking right there, which is very subtle but possible. But, like, you're gonna do way more damage if you're fighting this without having obtained the Shadow Mantle is... That's very interesting. I don't know that that's actually true, but that's my guess. That's what it seems like. This is what we need for this fight. Bust out that Ultra Heal, Susie. You got this. 17. Yeah, 26 on Relsa. Oh, yeah. Swoon is our down text thing. Very interesting. Your loss here is all but guaranteed. And yet, you persist. If you are so determined to try once more, then shall we hasten? Anytime we do something else just to try stuff out, we find something new every bloody time. A little amusing because I wasn't coming back for the night specifically. Just happened to be. Shadow, yeah. We saw that the night bleeds, but good God, like. I'm just gonna do this real quick, mostly because I'm curious if we start at our like exact state we had, or if we start healed or anything. Not that it matters that much, but we get our little Lavos roar each time. Yeah, we actually do start healed. Cute. There's a lot of equipment changes I would make for fighting this, although they wouldn't help very much, so I don't know how much you really care, but... presumably the Shadow Mantle might actually reduce damage from them. Oh crap, that was really a lot more delayed than I thought it was gonna be. Alright, let's just all immediately die here. Nope. There's further dialogue. Very interesting. You are missing something important. Because I'm not wearing the Shadow Mantle. You won't win like this. Still, will you persist? It's very, very interesting. So, the pine tree is Rudy Holiday? Okay, so we can't even try to seal it. The pine tree could be Des. That's also quite true. Yes. But it's been so long. Maybe it took time to prepare and perfect, and then once you're able to create fountains and stuff, you can just keep rocking it very quickly. But yeah, it's very likely either Des or Rudy. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Des probably makes more sense. Probably so. Tenna didn't seem to comment on us wearing the Tenna tie, by the way. I guess this locks in that the Roaring Knight is a lightning. It was, I would say, pretty assumed before. Like, it kind of has to be, but it might be something that's neither Darkner nor Lightner. What happens if you give something that is neither Darkner nor Lightner the will to live? Perhaps. Okay, so Shadow Mantle equipped. Also perhaps notable that both Undyne and Toriel's Dark World personas are the same as their Undertale ones, right? Essentially. At least in class and ability, if not current status. But yeah, so our Roaring Knight notably has horns and a bat. I mean, mostly I just want to die and see if guests are commons. So I guess I'm not too concerned about anything else, although it's still like kind of fun to see how long we can try to live. And you will notice Chris taking quite a bit less damage from these attacks because of the Shadow Mantle. Although that first attack is the only one that does like low damage. Everything else does about 1,000,000 damage. Oh hey, I found the line for that one. That's an improvement. Chris still doing garbage damage. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at that a little bit too, but I don't know if it's worth bothering with. Oh god, this attack's so hard. And it keeps going. Chris kneeled in silence. Chris doesn't get bodied. That's also interesting, right? So when the Roaring Knight takes out someone else, they're at -999, but Chris is only at like a normal amount, like with a -80 here. That's probably the Shadow Mantle, right? That is probably the Shadow Mantle. Making it so Chris only gets regular bodied instead of completely bodied. Oh, good God. All right. Very interesting. Shall we hasten? So yeah, we do this once and see what Guesser says the second time. Special text if you went on the first try. Could be. Certainly it could be. So bad. All right, what do you got for me, Gaster? And so you meet with the same fate. Shall you try once more? Okay, so that is different when we have the Shadow Mantle equipped. Gaster's basically implying that, like, this fight's, like, definitely BS. It's kind of maybe sort of viable with a Shadow Mantle. I mean, and Sham, the shopkeep, kind of implied the same sort of thing as far as needing the Shadow Mantle for our next opponent. Alright, I mean, we're already messing with stuff. I might as well switch out Chris's weapon, because I think most people wouldn't have kept the lower damage weapon on just because it had the annoying attribute like I did. So I think everyone else had like the Saber 10 or whatever. Or the Bounce Blade. One of those two, probably. It'd be funny if the Roaring Knight is strong against annoying, so it reduces your damage. That'd be very silly, but... yeah, so I guess I'll just swap to that real quick and... okay, so we need to see Chris's damage. Still really low. It's 17 even with the crit there. Oh, it's the sideways version. Like, does this work on Susie? It does. Okay, I was not sure, but that does give more value to the revive items, right? If we have enemies that can drop us to 999 negative. I don't know about enemies plural, to be fair, but we have an enemy. Alright, we'll die on that attack again, that's fine. There's also the fact that Chris is at -2 magic. That could be affecting our damage against the Roaring Knight. Alright. Let's move forward. So it still does that effect, even without closing the fountain, right? Like that's the same exact effect after you close the fountain normally. Seal, rather. It was definitely curious how many of the Darkters commented like that it would be dangerous to Toriel if she woke up or whatever, like, and it wasn't exactly clear why. It is like a little interesting that Chris walked up to the panel to look at it on their own there too, given their hesitance and fear of the shelter there. And like, I haven't done an analysis, but I think this is the same exact version as Chapter 2's. I can also kind of see why they did want to push having Chapters 3 and 4 released together, perhaps. I mean, can't say that with any confidence until we're in Chapter 4 and know what its contents have, mind you, but freaking door opens at the end, and the, if we're to trust the Dragon Blazer's foreshadowing, the party's mage, is lost, or out of the party for now, at least. Like, if they were able to take deaths, that long ago. But like, if it's the lock to the... I mean, kind of a almost reverse lock in that it opens up once everything's acquired, such that darkness pours forth. I don't know, much to mull over, I suppose. But, cool. I guess, we do in fact get to conclude Chapter 3 in vaguely reasonable time frame. Thanks for watching. There was perhaps a bit of an anticlimactic end to my Chapter 3 playthrough, but don't worry. We will attempt to fight the Roaring Knight again soon enough. In the meantime, stay tuned for Chapter 4's playthrough, and consider tossing a couple dollars my way on Patreon if you had a good time. See you again soon.